Chainsaw Man is wild. This anime aired in October 2022, but I still feel it is so relevant to today. It created so much hype around the manga, and the fact that MAPPA of all studios were picking this adaptation up, it has the perfect balance of comedy and fighting. The story really goes in deep later on in the series and leaves us with so many questions. In this anime, we follow Denji, who is trying to pay off his debt with his pet devil Pochita. Denji passes on and Pochita saves his life by becoming one with him. He gets picked up by the devil hunters, and this is where our grand tale begins. I will be summarizing, reviewing and rating the entire first season of the anime. If you would like to support the channel, a like is always appreciated. Subscribe if you want to see more of these videos directly in your subscription feed. Alright, let's just jump straight into this and consensually grab some breath. We are in a mysterious alley, breathing heavy as suspense builds up to us opening a door. We are introduced to our protagonist, Denji, and his devil pet Pochita. We see Denji is kinda struggling as he is selling most of his body parts to pay off a huge debt. He uses Pochita to kill devils and get paid. The intro plays and we see a lot of references to real life media. Denji has killed the tomato devil and he gets paid, but most of that goes back to his debt. We hear a conversation with this debt collector and find out his debt is actually his father's when he passed on. The driver dares to see how far he'll go for a quick buck and challenges him to eat a cigarette. Obviously, he does that and gets 100 yen. He dreams about finishing the debt and finally scoring a date. We see a flashback of when Denji met Pochita in the wild. Pochita is hurt and Denji offers Pochita to bite him to heal. Denji starts coughing blood and Pochita is worried. The debt collector fetches him for another job. They arrive at this damaged factory and he is set up. Both Denji and Pochita get stabbed by a zombie looking guy, and the Yakuza guy did a deal with the devil due to his greed. The devil tells his army of zombies to kill Denji. Wounded, he tries his best to escape but is caught and killed. We see his dismembered body in the bin with Pochita. Pochita awakes and remembers the good times he had with Denji. He decides to bond with Denji, repairs his body and becomes his heart. We see their conscious talking to each other about Denji's dreams. Denji pulls the cord on his chest and turns into the Chainsaw Man. He defeats all the zombies and the main devil. A group of agents enter and Denji is given an ultimatum. Either he joins Makima or dies here. All Denji cares about is the breakfast he will get, lol. Denji is now in the care of Makima and is told to act like a dog. She gives Denji a coat and buys food for him. Denji feels as if Pochita is dead, but Makima tells him that she can still sense him in there. Makima feeds Denji his food and he acts like a dog. He's trying his hardest to get with her. Back to the city and we are at Tokyo headquarters of the devil hunters. He is given a new set of clothes and is introduced to his senior, Aki. On a mission, Aki takes Denji to an alley and beats him up over his attitude towards Makima. He says he must quit or he'll kick his ass. Denji retaliates by kicking him in the nuts multiple times, saying he'll never quit. He reports back that Aki was attacked by the nut devil. Wow. Denji is told to live with Aki and is utter chaos. Next mission is to investigate a house that is said to have a devil. A devil attacks but Denji decapitates it. Denji tries to rationalize killing a fiend quickly with less pain and Aki is not having it. He tells us his whole family was wiped out by a devil. Denji really wants to feel breasts. He comes up with some intricate plan to touch breasts. Power is introduced as Denji's partner. She is also a fiend. A sea cucumber devil is reported and Power does not hesitate to finish it off. Denji and Power start becoming closer friends, so Power reveals that she had a cat called Meowie that was taken by a devil. Her and Denji go on an adventure to rescue Maui. Denji doesn't care, but when Power allows him to feel her breast, he wholeheartedly agrees. We get some lore from Makima that the devil gets its strength from the more people that are afraid by it. Back to Denji and Power and they show up at the house. Power knocks him out and tries to offer him to the bat devil that has Meowie. The bat devil just needs more blood to regain energy. He backstabs Power and eats Meowie. We get a flashback of when Power met Meowie and how much she loved her cat. She just gives up and is eaten by the bat devil. He escapes to feast on humans, but Denji catches a ride and starts brawling. The fight goes on through the city and Denji cuts the bat up and defeats it. We see more of Power and Meowie as they cuddle together when Denji saves them. Denji only saved her to touch her breast. This guy is beyond it, honestly. Not long after, Denji's arm is chopped off by a leech devil. This was the bat devil's so-called girlfriend. Denji has no energy but can only grow a small head sword to attack. He runs, dodges and gets a good punch in but is countered worse. He remembers Aki saying he doesn't take this very seriously, so he starts now and does major damage. However, it is not enough and he still gets beat up. With his eye popping out, he goes in for another attack but is stabbed with her tongue. Aki arrives just in time and uses his devil to defeat the leech. We are told Aki made a contract with the fox devil to fight against other devils. Aki says he won't take this incident to a higher ups if Denji just listens to him. He meets with Makima to give a report about the incident. Aki does his morning routine and is interrupted by Power, who was told to move in with him. Denji gets the chance to touch Power's breast not once, not twice, but 3 times. She was wearing breast pads to make them look bigger bigger. Denji has an existential crisis that touching boobs was so underwhelming. He isn't himself anymore. We are with Makima and he tells her that he was chasing something and once he got it, it just wasn't to his expectations. He then says it was all about touching breasts. Maki does some seductive shit and reignites Denji. She then allows him to feel her. He falls to the ground in shock. She wants him to kill the gun devil and if he does, she will make any of his wishes come true. We now move towards a younger Aki with his bro and family. While he was walking back home, the gun devil destroyed his home and family. The hunters are collecting gun devil pieces so that they can attract the main body so they can find it. On another mission with Division 4, Himeno offers the first person a kiss on the cheek if they can kill the devil inside. Denji however wants his first kiss to be with Makima, so that motivates him. Himeno offers him a kiss with tongue and he obviously accepts. We see a flashback with Aki and Himeno where she grieves the loss of her squad partners. We see Himeno possesses a ghost devil contract. They soon realize they are stuck in a loop. They try everything to break out but nothing prevails. The Eternity Devil's powers will only be lifted once killed. As time continues to pass on, we see a flashback of Aki and Himeno. It just shows us how they become such good friends. They eventually find the devil and it really wants to eat Denji. If they do that, everyone will be able to leave. Kobeni reveals herself with a knife ready to kill Denji, but is swiftly subdued. The team debates giving Denji up but cannot come to a solid conclusion, so they just sit and think. Power eats all the food and Kobeni freaks out and tries to kill Power. Aki wants to use his sword but Himeno prevents us as it will shorten his life. Kobeni tries to kill Denji again but Aki blocks the attack. Denji does the rational thing and jumps head first in to fight. We see him transform and just soar away at Eternity. He finds the core and goes at it. A flashback plays of Himeno and Captain Kishibe at a graveyard and then to her and Aki in a diner. Denji fights for a long period and finally defeats the devil and retrieves a gun devil piece. Aki and Himeno talk about Denji and why he is being targeted by all these strong devils. The whole division is celebrating with food. Himeno is sloshed and starts kissing Denji in front of Makima, but she pukes in his mouth and he swallows it, man. He later throws up. Denji is at Himeno's place now and they get a bit spicy. She asks him if he wants to do it. She starts getting frisky but ends up sleeping from how drunk she is. We see Makima on a train and her team are assassinated. There are assassins trying to kill Division 4 all around the city. While they eat, a strange man starts talking to them and asking them if they knew the Yakuza guy. He then pulls out his gun and shoots Denji. Aki uses Kon and then we see this man is Katana Man. Aki uses his needle sword against him to try curse him and kill him. A girl approaches the body of Katana Man and we see that he isn't dead after all. In a flash, Aki is cut by him. Himeno uses her last resort ghost devil powers to try kill them. As a result, parts of her disappear. The girl summons a snake devil to kill the ghost devil. Himeno is now dead. Before she died, she used the one bit of her power to pull Denji's cord. The two start brawling. Denji tries to use one of Katana Man's teammates as a hostage, but he slices both of them in half. Back to the train and Makima is not dead. We just see the assassins with holes in their chests. She heads to a temple of sorts and requests prisoners so that she can use them to kill Denji's capturers from afar. Makima slowly kills them off one by one as they get compressed into nothing. Kobeni arrives just in time as she was protected by Hirokazu. She starts doing some crazy parkour shit on the snake and closes the gap. She slices off Katana Man's arm and uses Denji as a shield. The two manage to escape without Denji. Power and Denji are healed and they are with Aki at the hospital. We see Aki has 2 years left as confirmed by his curse. He starts to get emotional over the loss of Himeno as she never wanted any more people in her squad to die. Makima takes Denji and Power to meet Kishibe so that they can train properly. We see that he will continue to hunt them until they get stronger than him. We see him display his monstrous power as he defeats them both. Back to Aki and a mysterious lady approaches him, but that's all we get so far. Denji and Power start strategizing on how they will defeat Kishibe. He dodges both of Power's attacks and defeats Denji swiftly. We see Aki walking with the new Division 4 members to an underground bunker. Also, we find out that this mysterious lady is probably Himeno's sister. I hope I'm right, but correct me if I am wrong. We see him confront the Future Devil as he needs a new contract since the Fox Devil cannot be summoned after the Katana Man fight. The Future Devil is kinda weird, but he makes a contract with Aki so that he can see the gruesome way he dies. Kishibe talks to Denji and Power about a plan to catch the Snake Girl and Katana Man. The criminals meet as they know Division 4 is gonna come for them. We see Makima meeting with people that might know where these people are as she needs their names to possibly kill them from afar. The guy doesn't want to give up that information, so Makima whips out a bag that has their family members' eyes in them. Division 4 gets dispatched to an area run by zombies. We see a Shark Fiend, Violence Fiend, Spider Devil and Angel Devil. We move up the elevator and Aki faces the Snake Girl. Her snake has stored the Ghost Devil and she uses it against Aki. Power takes on some zombie while Denji goes straight for Katana Man. Aki realizes the Ghost Devil senses fear, so he clears his head and the devil hands him a cigarette that used to be Himeno's. He then peacefully kills the Ghost Devil. We see the Katana Man was the Yakuza's grandson. They start brawling and leave the building. Denji seems to be struggling. They then move to a train where Katana Man chops off Denji's arms. They then clash and Denji uses a chainsaw on his leg to split Katana Man one in half. He ties him up to a train and Aki arrives. They have a competition to see who can make him scream the loudest while hitting his nuts. We see that the girl is Sawatari and that she was instructed by the gun devil to retrieve the chainsaw devil's heart. She was killed by her own snake before interrogation. In the post-credit scene, we see Aki smoke the cigarette Himeno left him. We then see the same door from the first episode, but this time with Denji. This is his dream and Pochita says he cannot open the door. We then move to a city where a woman talks about Denji and the episode ends. The one thing that stands out to me was the use of CGI for some of the devils. It is creatively used as we as humans cannot perceive what they look like as they are not real. So the CGI is actually decent for when used for devils. Comparing it to MAPPA using CGI for Titans in Attack on Titan, we've seen them drawn and plus the Titans look very humanoid, making them relate to us a little bit more in the real world. A bit off topic, but I just wanted to clarify that the CGI doesn't ruin the experience and combined with the beautiful hand-drawn animation is so cool. The flow of animation is smooth and at times very fluid. I really like that, and as long as it's not too expressive. I know some parts of the manga were left out, but it doesn't ruin the story at all. It was very well shot and directed with amazing fights and funny moments. The world building and explanation scenes did not feel boring and actually piqued my interest so much that I picked up the manga after finishing the first season last year. The one thing I really like is that every outro is different with a different song and art style. I feel like that alone is so unique and bumps the show up even higher. Overall, I really enjoyed the season and hope that they get even better in the next one. I give the season an 8 out of 10. I'd say some points are lost on some parts being a bit confusing to follow and some CGI parts a little bit janky, but that's a very small part since the CGI is everywhere in the show. What are your guys' thoughts? Are you excited for more Chainsaw Man? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and subscribe. It really helps support the channel and we are closing in on 800 subscribers. That is so cool, honestly. Anyway, it's your boy ZenMasterKai. See you next week. Stay safe and have fun.